Nussbaum with us now. Welcome to Cheddar, sir. Good to see you.
Oh, hey, Dave. This is great. Thanks for having me here. I couldn't be there, so I beamed in.
You are in California? Where are you?
Yeah, we're in Van Nuys, so I'm just about 3,000 miles away from you, and I'm beaming in. When you can't be there, you could beam in, and so that's what we're doing. This is a Proto M tabletop unit, and we can beam anybody, anywhere, anytime, and now I get to beam into your show, which is kind of cool.
This is incredible. Got a little Star Trek vibe going on here, but what is Proto?
Well, Proto is the world's first spatial computing platform that doesn't require a headset. It's like VR without having to put on anything. Everybody can see it, everybody can interact with it, and it gives you the supernatural ability to beam anybody, anywhere, anytime, for any reason. And so it gives people opportunities to connect with other people from around the world in times when they couldn't physically do it. Like doctors are beaming into hospitals, teachers are beaming into schools, and now I'm beaming onto the show. And that's what this technology does.
It is really incredible. The difference to me, and I've done 1,000 Zooms and Zoom interviews, is that it feels like you're here. This is a much superior form of engaging conversation, David.
Thank you. Yes. The idea behind Proto is that you want to create as much real presence as possible. My background is in broadcasting, and I thought, what if instead of talking into a microphone and hearing your voice come out of a speaker, or instead of looking into a television camera and seeing your face on a screen, what if I could broadcast you? What if I could beam you somewhere? And what if I could beam you into unlimited places simultaneously? And so that's what we've developed here at Proto. It's kind of great.
I can imagine this being very effective in a boardroom, because if someone's zooming into a room of 10 or 12 or even 50 or 100, it's very difficult to command that room. Is that a potential application that's being used today?
Absolutely. When a person beams in somewhere, there isn't an emotional and physical connection that physically exists when a person is actually there. And so Proto and the shadows and the reflections, the reflection on the floor and my volumetric presence creates the effect that I'm actually there in the room. Even though I stand only about 14 inches tall today, I appear like I'm actually there. Honesty, trust matters. Body language, nonverbal cues really tell the story, especially when there is a lot to talk about.
It's a combination of Star Trek and Willy Wonka, Mike TV, David TV today. I love the mime action. You guys were at Fanatics, allowing people to take a photograph, if you will, of famous athletes from various sports. How does that work?
So you could scan anybody. So you could either beam somebody in live, which is what I'm doing today, or you could scan somebody, pre-record their essence, and then play them back inside of any one of our displays. You can also capture their AI persona. That becomes really engaging, especially when somebody can't physically beam in. But at Fanatics, we took some of the world's most famous athletes from Major League Soccer and football and all the different sports, and fans got to engage with them. Fans got to talk to them. They got to take selfies and be with their favorite players. These are great shareable moments. This isn't something that we typically do at these events and at these experiential types of programs. Proto is a technology that is being used in boardrooms, in hospitals, in malls, and these fan experiences are a lot of fun to do. In fact, we're doing one this weekend at the Sphere with Dana White and the athletes who are fighting on the card that night. So this is going to be next level. I couldn't have imagined this was going to actually happen when I conceived of this idea a few years ago in my living room, and now we're going to have holograms of some of the world's most famous athletes at the Sphere this weekend.
Also, it's being used in museums with art around the world. Tell us about that.
We don't just beam people places. We can now beam billions of dollars worth of art around the world. Figure this, right? So Christie's is a great example. Christie's auction houses around the world, they spend so much money. I don't even want to know how much it costs just for the insurance premiums alone to send a $70 million Giacometti statue on a roadshow prior to auction. But now you could beam from the safety and security of their own individual showrooms into all Christie's locations prior to auction. More people see it, so more people could bid on it, and there's no potential damage that may happen when you're going on a very expensive, bad for the environment, and potentially damaging road trip.
Okay, you mentioned where this is today. Where could it be 10 years from now? Could this be in everyone's home, everyone's office?
Yeah, we're working on, so we started out with the Proto Epic, which is the 7-foot tall unit. So if you're 6'3", you appear 6'3". We've shrunk it down into this Mike TV, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory version, the Proto M. Not just 10 years time. I think give me a year and a half or 2 years time, this device or similar looking version will be sub $1,000. And I think this is what's going to be, not just in boardrooms, I think this is what's going to be in everybody's living room.
I was going to say, I can imagine every grandparent around the world. This is an entirely new way to really feel like you're in the room with your grandchild. Are we just communicating over a Wi-Fi line?
Yeah, this is just Wi-Fi. I started Proto in my living room as a means of, my parents are both in their 80s, and they live in New Jersey. And my children, at the time when I started this, my daughters were 3 and 4 years old. Now I have 3 children under 10. And I was trying to get them to communicate with each other on Zoom or on a FaceTime. And you just can't hold up a phone and say, hey, Lucy, get to know Grandma Joyce on a phone. They're like, what is this thing? Is this a video? I don't quite know what this is. So now they beam into each other's homes. We have a Proto M in our living room, and my parents have a Proto M in their kitchen. And using just an iPhone, they beam into each other's homes. My kids and my parents know each other like they are living next door to each other. And that's really what this technology solves. It's, there's no communication gap, and there's no distance. It solves a lot of problems.
And I can imagine if you have a doctor's appointment, which so many of us do virtually, now you could literally show someone a bruise or a condition and maybe never need to visit the doctor's office.
Doctors, like at West Cancer Centers right now, doctors are beaming from Memphis into the most rural areas in Tennessee. And so patients and doctors are communicating like never before. And in other places in the world, in India and in other locations, some of the most rural, remote locations in the world, patients are beaming into hospitals, into the big cities where doctors are. And that's really important. So it's not just for learning and entertainment. It's also healthcare. It's very, very, it's great for the environment, and it's great for this kind of relationship between doctors and patients. Dave, 1 second. I'm actually hearing. Let me step out for a second. I'll be right back. Hang on.
Now this doesn't.
I'll just hold this place until he gets back.
Howie Mandel?
I'm Howie Mandel. I'm the actual Howie Mandel.
Is this the real Howie Mandel, or am I being fooled? You look like Howie.
No. I'm here. This is how I want to live the rest of my life in a Proto Hologram. I don't want to be anywhere anymore. I want to be everywhere all the time without being able to be touched.
You are a notorious germaphobe. Is that why you found interest in Proto?
Can I be honest with you? So I live online, and a couple of years ago, I was scrolling through Instagram, and I saw this technology, and I DM'd David, and I said, I need to be involved. I need to do this. You don't have to pay me. I just want to be part of this technology because I think this is next level. And as it turns out, I met with David, and then I ended up investing in the company, and I ended up being really involved, and I share office space with them. And this is how I do shows. I can be I could be on your show and wherever there is any one of these all at the same time. And all day long, I live as a hologram. I do, whether I'm on Cheddar with you or, this is a lot of fun. They put one in at JFK Airport. So I just bother people when they land and have them open up their luggage and look at me. This is the only way I'll go to a doctor's office right now. And this is the way I talk to my kids. And I've been married for 44 years. And this is the way I'm keeping my marriage going. She thinks she likes me better as a hologram than to actually be in the house with her.
That is truly remarkable. Could you do shows? Could comedians do shows? Could Taylor Swift do
But
a concert here?
Not only can I do shows, not only have I done concerts in more than one location at once, but the most amazing part of this, and this is what I say to everybody. I remember the first time I got my iPhone, and I thought, oh my God, this is the most amazing phone. And then I saw, oh, I could put my pictures on it. And then I saw I can compute on it. And the last thing I do is a phone call. This is the easiest thing that I can do, sit and talk to you and really be on this show. But more importantly, like I'll give you an example. I just showed my buddies. I just signed a deal with Skechers, and I'm not here to advertise Skechers, but I'm telling you I did. And Skechers is the #3 shoe brand all over the world. And I said, listen, you signed me to be an ambassador just locally, domestically, just in North America. But, and I showed them this. David you could just record me. This could be a tape, but it isn't. This is live. But you could record me for 2 minutes. Once they have me talking for just 2 minutes and my image, I could be on the screen. The AI advancement in this company is above and beyond. I can have this conversation with you in Spanish, in Japanese, in Chinese, and it is my voice, totally lip synced in the way that I would do it. The implementation of this technology, what you're looking at now and what you're talking to is just so low level, but I can do this almost in real time in any language, in any country, simultaneously. And it is me. It's not somebody dubbing me. At the same time as you're watching this, graphics could be on the screen, interactive graphics that people could actually scan and, take the information, buy the product. You know, we did a partnership with Universal where Olivia Rodrigo, when she dropped her last album, partnered with Target. And she was in a Target store. She was in New York, but she was in Target stores here in LA. And the fans went nuts because this is a real live meet and greet. And they were buying their products. They're scanning and downloading and streaming her music in real time and buying her merch. I can have my kids. I'm a grandparent. I could have my kids meet my family in Canada in real time. And the beauty is on this side, this thing that you're looking at right now is a small one. And really right now they're about $6,000, which is really affordable. But the beauty is in order for me to beam, all you need is 4K. So I could literally just be on this side on an iPhone and be in the room with you because on the top of this box that you're looking at and on the big ones, this is a camera. So I'm actually looking at you. I'm in the room with you. I know exactly what's going on in that room. I see that guy over there with his cup of coffee, with his hand in his pocket. You see him? Look to your right.
I do see him. That's my Booker Dean. So
I'm in the room.
Here's my question, and I can answer this. But to you, Howie, what's the difference between Zoom, Google, Microsoft, and what we're doing here in terms of how it feels?
Because I'm not a technical person, the only thing I could say is I could be on FaceTime. I could be on Zoom. But in those two